Welcome to another episode of 0 to 100. Today we're going to talk about everything that happened within the last 9 months in my wholesaling journey. But first, before we go into how many deals I've closed and what kind of deals I closed, let's talk about something that I've been actually working on a lot. I have mentioned in previous episodes that I've been working on my own daily planner. So what you're seeing right now on the screen is how the planner is going to be designed on the inside. It's going to be pages that will talk about affirmations, gratitude. The daily planner will be designed in the way that no other daily planner out there is. The reason why that I believe that this planner will be very good for anyone is because I've actually been figuring out, and I've been using daily planners my whole life, and daily planner has been a very big part of my success in wholesaling, because without the organizing, without the gratitude, without the daily affirmations, I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at right now. So everything that I've learned over the past 9 months, I've actually included in this daily planner, and I put it all together. And even if you're not doing real estate wholesaling, even if you're doing something else in your life, I believe that this planner will be very, very effective for you as well. I mentioned in the previous video, this planner is actually created with a licensed psychologist, and I've had a lot of different designers help me out on the design of the inside, the logo, the outside of the planner, all that. We've been working on it for quite some time now. So it actually is right now in the last phase. I'm going to be ordering it from the supplier very soon, and then after that I'll be presenting it to you guys. I'm very, very excited to see how many people will get use of this planner and how it can change people's lives and get them motivated and learn new things about gratitude, affirmations, habits, etc. Because let's be honest, staying organized and staying motivated and being focused is one of the main reasons why you succeed in anything you do, especially in business. But enough about that. Let's talk about how many deals I've closed and what kind of deals were they. So I actually sat down and calculated how many deals I've closed. I have closed on more than 20 deals in the less than 9 months, so it's 8.5 months. At this time, I have closed on deals that were, my lowest deal that I ever had was $525. I was not excited about it, I'll be honest with you. But it was a deal that I was like, it was supposed to be $2,000 that I was gonna make for it, which wasn't a lot to start with, but I was just like, okay, let's go, let's do it, let's make it work. You know, I don't turn away myself from a $1,000 deal, $2,000 deal. There's still deals that still keep me moving, so I don't see why not. However, there were some more issues along the way, and a lot of times instead of losing the deal completely, what I'm willing to do is actually take out some of my assignment fee and have the seller happy, buyer happy, and actually go through the deal and make some kind of money instead of losing the deal completely. And I've had to do that multiple times throughout the journey, unfortunately, but it's something that you can keep in mind as well, to keep that as an option. Don't use that as your first initial response to a problem, which was my mistake in the beginning. When I was starting off, I said, okay, I'll just take off some money, I'll take less money as long as everyone else is happy. Don't do that. I mean, in the beginning, you might do that just so you can get some kind of money, but when you learn that you have a value, your time has value, you will understand that you don't really want to take out a lot of money from the deal. But when you talk to the seller and they are not coming down, or they're not willing to work with you, and you talk to the buyer, they're not willing to work with you, which a lot of situations when the buyer is the one who's not willing to work with you, I remember that, because like, if the buyer isn't willing to work with you, I don't know if I'm going to be bringing more deals to this buyer. You will also learn this throughout the journey, is that you actually have a lot of value. We as wholesalers, we put cash buyers on this pedestal that they're so important. Yes, they are. Don't get me wrong, cash buyers are super important. But if the cash buyer doesn't see the value in you, you have to feel that, and you have to understand, yes, we're not here to make friends with all the cash buyers or whatnot, but in the end of the day, they have to understand your value. I've had cash buyers that would say, hey man, I cannot make this deal work because this deal is like $10,000 off. Go talk to the seller, see if they can get a reduction. And I said, hey, I know the seller's not gonna do a reduction. I said, but I'll take $1,000 off my own assignment fee just to make it work. And you know what the buyer said? He said, okay, sure, that's fine, that'll work. What goes through my mind at that point is that, yeah, okay, I'll go through with the deal if you want to, and you know, at the end of the day, I'll still get paid something. But I remember that they were just bullshitting me that they can't make $10,000 work if we can't do the $10,000. They were just trying to negotiate lower. And that's something that I remember. And I also had a very similar situation that the buyer was like, hey man, I can't make this work. I said, okay, well, how about I take out this much money from my own assignment fee? And the buyer said, man, I don't really like that. I don't want you to lose money because he's like, I want you to make money too. Can you try to talk to the seller? And I said, realistically, this seller is not gonna do it. And then me and him talked, and he said, okay, if you can take out just a little bit from your assignment fee, then I could probably make it work. They had to adjust their numbers. In the end of the day, both of those situations are very similar. Buyer number one approaches the situation differently, and buyer number two approaches the situation differently. And that's what you have to fill out. Like, you have to feel like they do value, because without you, yes, they will be making money. Yes, they might have their own sources of finding deals. But the more I learn about this world of real estate investing, I realize how important are wholesalers to investors. Investors don't have the time to do what you're doing. They don't have the time to do the marketing, do the talking to sellers, negotiating, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. They really don't, especially when you're talking to a bigger investor. Not an investor that does 1 deal, 2 deals a year, but an investor that does 4 deals a month. That person does not have enough time to do what you're doing. So you are a valuable part of the team, even though you're working for yourself, but you are a valuable part for them, for part of their business. But I kind of went on a rant talking about that. But yeah, we closed on 20 deals in less than 9 months. I actually closed on my 22nd deal yesterday. Today is Saturday when I'm recording this. Friday was my 22nd closing. The lowest I've got paid for a deal was $525. The highest I ever got paid for a deal was $10,000. So in that range, my average used to be about $3,000 a deal. It has went up. I would say it's about 5 to 6 right now, because I've actually been better at structuring my deals and negotiating with the sellers, having the right buyers. I actually made a video about this, saying that how to make more money or how to find more deals is that when you have a better cash buyer list and you know who buys what, they might value those properties more, so you may be able to make more money on those deals. I'm gonna leave a link to that video down below. And most of my deals have been lands still. I would say about 85–90% of my deals have been land. I have closed on 2 homes, 1 mobile home, and I actually have another mobile home under contract at the moment. And hopefully that to close in a couple weeks. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that'll be another mobile home that I close on, but still most of it has been vacant land. If any of you guys want me to make more videos how to wholesale vacant land, please leave a comment down below. I will be more than happy to talk about it a little more. I've had people recently ask me how to wholesale vacant land, because it seems like a lot of people don't know it, don't understand it. And I have seen like some bigger investors saying that it's more difficult to wholesale vacant land. I don't believe so, but there are definitely certain things that you have to take in consideration. I did make a video how to wholesale vacant land. The link is gonna be down below, but I may make an updated 2.0 version, kind of because I've learned a lot more since then, and I may just give you all that information in one video if you are interested. And the third thing that's been going on, I'm actually been looking for my own multifamily property. So I currently live in an apartment, and I'm not very interested in living in an apartment anymore. If I had a choice between living in an apartment and living in a home, like buying something, I'd rather live in an apartment. I don't believe into buying single family homes to live in. I don't think that's a good investment. But I would buy a multifamily home. That's what it has been my goal. I have been on the look for a multifamily home to actually live in one of the units and rent out the others. So anywhere between duplex to a fourplex. So that's what has been my goal. The problem is it's very hard where I'm at to find something like that, especially in the market we're in. I feel like I'm doing this the worst time ever. Central Florida has insane crazy prices, especially right now. It's really hard for first-time home buyers in general. But if you're getting into multifamily, because multifamily most of the time is more expensive than single family, then it's definitely harder to find something good. Also, I did hire a full-time virtual assistant. I've talked about before that I've hired a virtual assistant. I made a video about it. But the virtual assistant back then actually was, let's say I had 5,000 contacts, and I paid her whatever sort of amount to call those 5,000, and she was done after that. So she wasn't like a full-time virtual assistant. She was just someone I hired to do certain number list and just see what she comes up with. The good part is I hired her 2 times, and the second time she actually found the property that I did close on last week. But at the moment I actually used onlinejobs.ph, so I actually hired someone from Philippines, and he's been working for me full-time. So he wasn't just working on certain lists. This is his second full week that he just worked. He works 40+ hours a week. He does a really good job, and I'm actually been very happy with him. So I actually do enjoy this virtual assistant thing. It actually does help approach wholesaling from a little bit different perspective than what I do. He's doing cold calling, the thing that I don't like to do, and I'm never doing cold calling. I mean, if I have to, I'll do it. But if I have a choice of not doing cold calling, I'm definitely will not be doing cold calling. I'll rather hire someone else to do it because I don't feel like I'm good at it, and it's a lot of time and stress to put into something and may not get a lot of results. But when you have someone doing it that's actually not bad at it, then I believe the investment is totally worth it. He has brought me multiple leads. None of them turned into a deal yet, but it's in the progress. So I guess we'll see how that goes. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, subscribe to the channel because I do really appreciate it. We just hit 300 subscribers. I'm super excited. I appreciate everyone supporting the channel. And as always, guys,